Hello guys and welcome. In today's tutorial we'll be discussing Angular components by class, which is the third part of our discussion on Angular component selector. So in today's class, just like we've done in the previous classes while discussing Angular component selectors, so the first thing we're going to do is to create a component using the Angular CLI. So this component is what we are going to use to demo how to create and use Angular component selector by class. So let's go right into it. So to generate a component, once again with Angular CLI is ng generate components. Of course, you can write them in full components. So the name of the component we are generating, so let's give it a name just like we did previously, cell by class. Okay, click on enter. So this generates a new component for us, and this is our new component. So open the TS and let's define our selector. By now we know all selectors are defined as value for the property selector of as components decorator of Angular. So very quickly, so it's to create a selector by class is very simple, just like we create normal classes in CSS. So we start with the dots, then the name we are giving to the component. So let's say let's make it simple, by class. So this is our component selector. So then let's define a little thing to make this one too a bit more fancy. So I'll go ahead to use the same pattern we use in Angular selector by attributes. So let's put something in there. Let's say this is created with selector by class. Okay, let's tie this a little bit box. Let's give an height. Let's say height of 100 pixel. Background color, let's give blue. Border, pixel solid, blue. So let's make it red. Okay, transparent, border radius, let's make it 10 pixel. Okay, I think, okay, let's center the contents, display flex, just flex, align item, center, justify contents, center. Okay, that should be it. Just a simple template to make it a bit fancy. So just like we've done previously, let's import the just created component in our app component where we are displaying everything. So to create a class, to use a component selector by class, so all we have to do is to include the class name in a particular class element. So what do I mean? So let's say we have a class, let's say we have a component, so okay, this we have an element, is an element, and in that element we specify the class attributes. Of course, the class attribute is the attributes that virtually all HTML elements have. So as part of the value for this class attributes, so once we specify the class for the class that is a selector of any of our component, so this particular element will be replaced by that component. So let's check our class name again. Okay, it is by class, so let's include by class in this case. By class, and let's see what will happen. Nothing is happening. Oh, something should happen. So why is nothing is happening? So nothing is happening because this is still being seen as normal class because we haven't imported the component. So let's go ahead and import the component. Let's say sell by class. Okay, let's check that out. And voila, we have our component. So this component, oh, this is not looking sharp. Let's make the text white color. Okay, so this is created with selector by class, selector by attributes, and this one is selector by type. Let's make everything more attractive. We have a selector by class, selector by attributes, selector by attributes. So let me remove the width from there. Okay, lastly, let's do selector by the first one, selector by type. I want to copy the content of these ones. Copy the content of these to these. Selector by type. Copy the styling too. So let's change the color. Let's say red. Okay, as this is margin bottom. Okay, we have selector by type, selector by attributes, and selector by class. So these are the three ways of creating component selector in Angular. And also we can combine multiple selectors. So let's say for example, I have selector by type here. I can also put a comma. Do I need comma? Okay, I don't think I need comma. Okay, let's try that. Let's say by size SB type, and let's over here let's do SB type. So let's see what I'll give us. As you can see, so this is selected by type created with by type attributes. So this is selected by type created by attributes, so nesting it inside of the selector. So, and like that you can combine multiple selector to suit how you want to use, your preferred way of using a particular component of your choice. And that about Angular selector. If you have any further question, do not forget to drop it, and again I should be able to guide you further